let's make convincing characters. A convincing character is so much more than what they say and how they look. It's the minor details and nuances that power who they are. Whether you're a writer, an actor, or just exploring these exercises as yourself, by the end of this session, you will be overflowing with new insights that can help you on your creative journey. Here's what we're up to today. We will start with a series of what-if scenarios so that you can immediately observe the reactions and responses of your character. Then, we will slip into something a little less concrete. I'm talking about their soundtrack, the way they live, their bucket list, and the symbols of their subconscious minds. I will, when the exercises call for it. So let's start with the what-if scenarios. Hypothetical situations are the perfect opportunities to expose your character's motivations, strengths, and flaws. Every single one of their answers hints at their personality traits and potential areas for growth. As always, I want you to respond to each scenario from the mind and the mouth of your character. When I say, what if it's not what you think they'd say? Be them. Experience the scenario as them. Okay? I have 10 scenarios for you. The scenarios will rotate between fantastical and ordinary. Are you ready to begin? Alright, our first one. What if every time you made a wish, it came true, but in unexpected ways? As your character, how would you react or respond from the voice and mind of your character? Let me know when you have your answer, and I will write it down. How would they respond to that? What would that look like? Are you ready? Tell me I'm ready. It's a proper response. Anything else? Okay. I got it. Our second scenario for your character to respond to, or you, if you're doing this as yourself. What if you had to navigate a sudden change in your health? What would you do? How would you react? How would you respond to that? If you had to navigate a sudden change in your health, what would that look like? When you're ready, I will type your answer. Okay. Sudden change to your health. Sudden. Hit me with it. Have you thought that through? Oh, there's more. Okay. I think that will help inform a little bit more, yeah. Alright, now here's our third. Here's our third scenario. Are you ready? Okay. What if you found a journal that predicts future events in your personal life? What if you found that journal? How would you respond to that as your character? What would that response be like? What would that response be like? How would you respond? Would you be scared? Would you be excited? Would you throw it in the trash? Would you burn it? Would you abide by it? Alright, yes, I'm ready for you. Oh. Okay. Alright. I got it. Yeah, I got it all down. Yes, thank you. Oh, I see. You're nice and ready for number 4, okay? Number 4. Fourth scenario. 4. What if you discovered a long-lost relative? How would you handle that sitch? If you discovered a long-lost relative, hi, who are you? How would your character handle that situation? Long-lost relative. Nice to meet you. Where'd you come from? Tell me about yourself. Okay. Right. Not very forthcoming. Skeptical. Curious. No. Timid. Okay. Anything to add there? No. Just think on it. Alright. Scenario number 5. What if you found a hidden room in your house that contained objects from an alternate reality? What if you found a hidden room in your house that contained objects from an alternate reality? How would you address that? How would you do that? What would your first move be? How would you even know that they were from an alternate reality? How would you even find the room in your house? What would you do with those objects? There's so much ground to cover here, but whatever comes first to you, whatever comes naturally. Maybe it's even just a first thought, or a first move, or a first exclamation. Anything goes, Just make sure that it's true to your character. Just make sure that it's true to your character. Oh, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm typing. Go on. Alright. I'd like to be there when that happens. Alright, so 6. Scenario 6. What if you were asked to give a speech at a public event? That's the speech hand. That's how I feel for speeches. Tell me, how would you respond? What's your initial gut reaction? Someone says, hey, there's a big public event coming up and you would be the perfect person to give a speech for it. What is your response? What are you feeling? What are you feeling when that goes down? Butterflies, vomit, supreme confidence. Just another day. Of course, you would ask me to make a speech. Why would you ask me to make a speech? So many options. There really are infinite options, infinite perspectives and responses to that scenario. surprises here. What are they gonna wear? Ooh. Okay. Alright, now the seventh scenario. The seventh scenario. What if you woke up one day with the ability to understand and speak every language in the world? Seventh scenario. What if you woke up one day with the ability to understand and speak every language in the world? Every single language. That's power. What would your response be, your reaction, the first thing you did? Book of light, teleport. I'm here for it. Whenever you know, let me know. Okay. Alright. You would do what? Anything else? I like that, okay. Very good, very nice. Very in character of you. Very good. Scenario 8. What if you suddenly had to learn a new piece of technology? What if you suddenly had to learn a new piece of technology? What if you suddenly had to learn a new piece of technology? How would you go about that? Would you welcome it with open arms? Would you be a little nervous, a little shy, a little on edge? How would you handle and address this new piece of technology? Alright. Furthermore, and also, got it. Thanks. Now our second to last scenario. Scenario number 9. What if you discovered that you could influence the weather with your mood? What if you discovered you could influence the weather with your mood? Would you change your mood? Would it be a natural disaster all the time? Would it be sunshine and rainbows all the time? Would it be raining frogs from the sky sometimes? Okay. You've been waiting for this moment, haven't you? Alright. Well, it's power, yeah. Alright, great. And now our final what-if scenario. What if you were asked to help organize a community event? What if you were asked to help organize a community event? How would you handle that? You're organizing a community event. What is your reaction or response to that? What is your reaction or response? Do you rise to the occasion? Are you a leader? Are you not? Alright, you got it. Yeah, go on. Tell me more. Okay, alright. Perfect. Thank you so much for plopping yourself into each of these hypothetical situations, these what-if scenarios. Were any of the responses surprising to you? Revealing? Moving and grooving into your personal playlist. Have you ever soundtracked your life? How about your character's life? Have you done that yet? It is a lot of fun, and it lets you experience and translate their emotional and mental states in a new way through music, arguably a much more potent way. So here's how this one works, okay? I will share an emotion, and then you will choose the perfect that represents your character as they're going through or experiencing the emotion that I have named. Make sure that you consider genres here and lyrics, thinking about musicians and bands that really align with their energy as they experience that emotion. It's not always songs that you like, right? Because you are in your character. This exercise is great for highlighting their emotional tonal range or for processing specific moments in the story. While this exercise that we're about to do may not name all of the emotions that your character is going to experience, you can still just use this idea and apply it to shape their full playlist after we are through here. Are you ready to begin? Alright, our first emotion is isolation. Which song summarizes how you perceive isolation? By you, I mean your character, okay? Thinking about lyrics, thinking about genre for isolation. What does that isolation sound like to you? I'll give you a second here so that you can search your internal library, because I know sometimes it takes a second to recall exactly the correct song. So I'll give you a second to search your internal library. You've got it? Great. The next emotion then is melancholy. That's a different frequency and energy than isolation, eh? Melancholy. Which song best conveys how you experience melancholy? A severe depressive state for no apparent reason. That's melancholy. Again, I'll give you a few seconds here to think about melancholy. Okay. That's intense. Okay. Raising the emotional volume a decibel now. How about fear? What song embodies your perception of fear? There are so many strains of fear. What is yours? Nickelback. Just kidding. I can really understand their fear with that one. So tell me, what plays for triumph? How does it sound when you are triumphant? You've just achieved something great. Victory is yours. You have won. Which song expresses that the best? Triumph. Triumph. Which song expresses triumph the best? Victory. Oh, you haven't. You're feeling so happy. Which song is playing? Because there are so many shades of happiness, right? Giddy, elated, joyful, delighted, gleeful, ecstatic, cheerful, optimistic. Okay, which best represents your happiness? You got it, okay. Brilliant. And now, peace. How does it sound Then, which song expresses that for you? Peace, 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 peace. What is your peace song? Peace sound, peace sound. Meditative, very meditative. Meditative. I want to meditate now. What a well-rounded character. Great work. I hope you share your playlist with me. I would love to save it and listen to it. Maybe even listen to it as I visualize you in your room. In the most normal way possible. My God, taken out of context, that can be considered so weird, but no, we're about to visualize your room, your character's room, your room, interchangeable here, okay? So I do need you to tell me about your bedroom. The way you live showcases so many details about who you are without having to outright say anything. Why is that on that wall? Why is that on the bed? Who is that in the picture frame? Where did that tchotchke come from? You keep that in your room? I never realized you were so clean, or messy, or empty, or colorful. There is so much substance in a bedroom, or lack of substance, which is still substance. And I will die on that hill believing that a person's bedroom reveals all. I mean, it reveals everything about who they are. So, let's visualize your bedroom. You're just going to follow my voice as I guide you into your bedroom, okay? Taking a deep breath in, closing your eyes, closing your eyes, closing your eyes if they're not closed already, and breathing out, taking a moment to consciously relax your body, preparing to picture your bedroom, relaxing deep, letting go of any distractions, relaxing deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper still, and starting to picture your bedroom. Starting to picture your bedroom. Focusing only on your bedroom now. Focusing only on your bedroom. Starting to receive your first impression. Receiving that first impression as you look around your bedroom. What is your impression of your bedroom? Looking around your bedroom. Looking around your bedroom. What do you immediately feel? What do you immediately feel? Is your space warm and inviting? Is it cold and dark? What are the dominant colors in your room? What colors do you see the most in your room? What are the colors of your room? What energy does your bedroom contain? How does this feeling align with your emotional state or life situation? peering, a little closer now. Looking a little more closely at how your bedroom is arranged. Taking in the details of your bedroom. Moving your attention to the walls. What color are the walls? What condition are the walls in? Is there anything on the walls? Pictures or posters? Mirrors or shelves? Taking your attention now to the furniture within the room. What kind of furniture is in your bedroom? How is your furniture arranged? Are there distinct zones in your room, like a reading area, a workspace, a sleeping area, and the lighting? How is your room lit? Is it bright? Is it dim? What are the main sources of light? Lamps? Windows? Taking a look around your room. How is your room decorated? Are there personal items on display? If there are, what are they? Any photographs? Is there any art in this room? What about a book collection? And your bedding? What is your bedding like? What is the color and the texture of your bedding? How many pillows do you have? When was the last time the sheets were cleaned? Is your space tidy, or is it messy? Are there carpet stains? Are the clothes hung up? Do you have a laundry basket? And now, as you move around your room, how do you interact with the space? Do you move around it comfortably? Do you feel out of place? Do you avoid any areas? Take one last look around your room. Taking one last look around your room. Is there anything else that you notice? Say your goodbyes to the room now and prepare to come back to your body. Coming back to your body and opening your eyes. Opening your eyes now. Opening your eyes. Reflecting on what you've observed in this room. What new insights have you gained from your exploration? You can call on this vivid, personal environment to help inform your decisions and actions whenever you feel stuck moving forward. Maybe your even contain some suggestions of what's on your bucket list. A bucket list is a personal list of experiences or goals that you hope to complete in your lifetime. What do you want to achieve or experience before you die? We are going to make a short bucket list together so we can understand your highest ambitions. I'm going to ask you questions about your top 3 bucket list items, one at a time, and I will be typing your answers, okay? Let's start with your first bucket list item. What is the number 1 thing on your bucket list? The number 1 thing you want to do before you die? Do you know? Alright. And what makes that your number 1 bucket list item? What will it mean to you to accomplish it? Is there anything that might prevent you from ticking this off your bucket list? How will this influence the actions that you take as your life unfolds? Right. Moving into your second bucket list item, which is not as important as the first, but still a priority. What is your second bucket list item? Second in command. And what makes you want to achieve this? Okay. What impact do you think fulfilling this goal will have on you? And what might prevent you from seeing it through? And how will this goal guide the choices that you make in life? Okay. Got it. Your third bucket list item. What is it? That third bucket list item. What is it? Third bucket list item. I am ready. Okay. What makes you want to experience this? How will achieving it change you? What would stop you from doing this bucket list item? Understandable. How will your desire to achieve this inform the way you live your life? Got it. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your top 3 bucket list items with me. Now we know what you want to achieve in physical reality, but what do you dream about when you close your eyes at night? Did you know you can peer into your own subconscious mind and your hidden desires through dream analysis? let's take one of your dreams and look at the different elements it contains. The themes and the symbols that appear in your dreams can even foreshadow future events. So let's slip into another visualization. I'll give you a series of prompts, and that way you can better imagine and interpret your dream and your dream meaning. Are you ready? Let's take a deep breath in. Hold it. Breathe out. Okay, very good. You just had a vivid, significant dream. As you wake up from the dream, you start to recall what happened. Where did this dream take place? What was the setting? Was it familiar? Or was it foreign? And what happened in the dream? Can you describe it to me? What were you doing in the dream? Was there anyone present in this dream? Were they real? Or were they more abstract? What emotions did you experience? Do you remember any symbols or recurring motifs? Now, for a series of questions to help you analyze this dream. Okay. Keeping that dream in mind and thinking of the setting again. How might the setting reflect your current emotional or psychological state? Was the setting comforting? Or did it place you on edge? Was it colorful? Dark? And the events you experienced, do you see them tying in any way to your own desires? What about current unresolved issues? And if you interacted with other characters in this dream, what were they like? How might they embody your own inner conflict? Or how do they relate to your real life relationships? The emotions that you experienced, do any of them relate to what you're currently going through in waking life? Could they be interpreted as foreshadowing an event that's about to come? The symbols that you've seen, those are extremely important. The symbols are the language that your dreams speak. This is how your dreams communicate symbols that you saw represent your life or your psyche. And now I want to take a moment to consider how you can integrate this dream into waking reality, into the story. Were there any revelations from this dream that can now be incorporated into decision-making within the story? Is it possible that you found or could find a new dimension of your personality that can now be developed further based on the dream that you had? Or can you foreshadow any future events based on your dream? I'd say that's a success, isn't it? By doing these exercises, you have deepened your understanding of your character and their internal world, as well as those minor details that add up to the real deal. If these videos help you, please consider supporting this channel by becoming a member. It helps me continue to do what I do, and you get special access to every single video earlier than everyone else, among other perks like really cool emojis. Just click the link in the description, or there's a join box if you're on a web browser. I appreciate you. I love when you share your characters, and I'm so grateful to be here with you. All the best energy to you,